Hi guys, welcome back to the pod. Today I'm so excited because we are talking juicy girl talk today, and I'm really excited. It's like a Friday night, and you'd think that like Niki, don't you have planned? Don't you want to have friends and like go out? And like honestly, I literally chose to be doing this. Like I needed a night in, and I just wanted to have like a little girl talk and a little girl chit chat. I have strawberry boba here with me. Her straw is a little deflated right now. And then I have Totoro. Where are you? There he is. And these are our guests for today. I'm really excited. I kind of want to put him like up here. Sorry if you're not watching the video version. Oh, wait, that's perfect. Shut the flip up. I love that. Okay. Anyway, I'm really excited. Like Friday night, it's just like a vibe to like sit here and talk to you guys. And I literally love it. So I also just discovered putting powder on. I don't know why I never set my makeup with powder, but like today I did. And it just feels so like blurred. Like my makeup looks good. Anyway, what else is new? Yeah, before we get into the girl talk, I thought I'd just kind of sit here and catch up with you guys. And I have been kind of in my head about my content. Like, I want to make sure that I'm making the best videos for you guys. So let me know if you guys like the style of the podcast. I love sitting here and just talking to you guys. But let me know if there's anything else that you guys would want to see or anything you want me to change about it. I honestly love the sleepover vibes. Like, I love just sitting here and talking to you guys. And, like, if you have this on while you're on a hot girl walk, driving somewhere, and if you just have it on the background while you do your homework, like, I just love that we can just, like, sit and talk. You know what I mean? So let me know if you like it. I really enjoy doing this. Other life updates. I have been real anxious lately. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this because I think that being anxious is something that like nobody wants to talk about, and it takes over your entire like mind. Like I have been fighting anxiety and I haven't been anxious in like so long in my life, like for months. And I'm facing like this period of anxiety. And I just want to let you know, if you're going through anxiety, it passes. Okay. I remember going through this exact same scenario last year where I was feeling like horribly anxious. And it's like nothing's really causing it. Like the weird thing about anxiety is it's like nothing's really causing me to feel anxious. I just feel anxious. And I have been distancing myself from like plans with my friends, and like I don't want to see as many people, and then but then I also feel lonely, and it's just like not a great combination. And we need to talk about stuff like this more because I don't know. I don't remember like growing up with many people posting about anxiety or like having anyone that like talks about it on the internet and how to deal with it. And like I feel like people do post about it more now, but they don't really show the dark parts, you know? Like I literally posted videos of myself crying on my Instagram the other day because I was like, I'm going to be so for real with you guys about where I'm at all times. And I think part of the anxiety is like, I honestly don't know what it is. I've just been feeling so anxious. My mental state is not at its peak, but I'm going to try to fix that. And I think like doing little things to make myself happy and just focusing on giving myself time, because I feel like when I'm so hard on myself and I'm like, why can't you feel better? Why can't you feel better? That's when it just drags out. So I feel like you have to let yourself feel the anxiousness, the sadness. You just have to let it happen sometimes. And it's not fun, but I feel like that's how you heal from that sort of thing. So if you're dealing with anxiety, that's what I would recommend. But yeah, that's what I've been going through lately. What else? I'm really dehydrated. My Stanley's over there. It's like out of my reach, but I haven't been drinking water. Anyway, also you guys, big freaking news. I think we are starting a Patreon, which is really exciting. I've never done Patreon, but I think it's really fun. I had a meeting with someone from Patreon the other day, and they were like, you can start a group chat with your like fam. Like you can literally like, we can have a bestie group chat where we literally talk. So I'm like really excited about it, and I'm gonna like post giveaways on there as well, and also just like bonus episodes of the pod. So I'm gonna be posting bonus parts to this podcast specifically, and from now on I'm gonna have bonus epis on the Patreon if you guys want to sign up and join and be buddies over there. Okay, that's it. That's my plug for today. let's get into the juicy girl talk. I'm sorry I blabber so freaking much. It's like actually crazy. Wow, I've been blabbering for 5 minutes. Okay, let's get into it. Wow. I literally opened my Instagram and the first question I saw was, any advice for socially anxious girls? Yes. Like, okay, I just told you guys I've been feeling anxious, but part of this like anxiety is like I've been feeling so much more socially anxious than normal. And I don't know if social anxiety is the same for everyone, but for me, I get very in my head about everything I'm saying, and I like don't want to talk, and I like think that I'm always saying the wrong thing around my friends, or I don't want to act like myself fully, or I just don't have the energy, and I feel like people are mad at me when they're not. That's kind of how I feel when I feel like socially anxious. And I also, it really stops me from like making plans, which sucks because like I want to see new friends and I want to make new friends, but like I think about hanging out with someone for the first time and I'm like, why does it feel like a date? Like, why is it so scary? And I think the way that I'm dealing with it right now is just kind of forcing myself to do things anyway when I have the energy. Like, I'm also taking time for myself because I feel like you can't be hard on yourself with anxiety, but I'm trying to push myself little by little to do things that make me uncomfortable. Like, I used to not be able to go to events, like influencer events, alone, and now I do it all the time. And so I think it's something where it's kind of like a muscle with like social anxiety and confidence. You just have to do it. You just have to do it, but like do baby steps, you know? Like if you're scared to like make a whole new friend, maybe just go get coffee, you know, like keep it small and then slowly build up. But also just trust in yourself that number one, no one's mad at you. Number two, you're valid in whatever you say, like whatever you're doing. Like I feel like with social anxiety, I always feel like I'm being weird with people. Like I always feel like I'm being weird in a group, or like I don't want to talk, or like I don't know, I'm just like not sure of myself. But the more sure you come off, the more comfortable people will feel around you. So just don't think that you're being weird. Okay, you're not. And everyone's weird, so it's okay. All right, that's my advice for socially anxious girlies. But it is really hard because I don't know, it can just kind of feel like all consuming. Like anxiety is just such a heavy feeling, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And if you're going through it, just know that I'm here with you, okay? And we'll get through it together. It is kind of like a lot to deal with. I used to be so socially anxious, especially for like school too. Like I used to not want to go to school. Oh my gosh, the worst social anxiety I've ever had in my entire life. I was at this camp when I was younger, and I literally, this was literally my worst like social anxiety I've ever had. I went to camp and I didn't know I was signing up to be put in a camp where like you go into groups. So the first day they're like, everyone pick your group, everyone pick your group. I didn't know anyone at camp. And I was like, oh my gosh, everyone there like knew everyone from years and years of camp. And I was like standing there frozen, so anxious. I didn't know what anxiety was when I was that young, but I was so anxious. Like I didn't want to start a conversation with anybody. I couldn't talk. I was so shy. And I got placed into the group with the popular girls, like the most popular girls from my school at the time. I was put in a group with them and I literally was being weird. Like I could not say anything to them. I felt like they were too cool for me to be around. It was like really just such a strange thing. And I was young. So like being thrown into the popular group when you're not used to making friends, it's like really scarring because they would come up and kind of try to talk to me as like a joke. Like I was definitely getting bullied, and like that was the worst social anxiety I've ever felt. I honestly don't have a solution to this story, but I think if I was more like sure of myself and just tried to like joke around and like make fun of myself more, it would have turned out okay. But also social anxiety is so valid because people are mean. Like when you're at that age and like, I don't know, I was definitely getting bullied, definitely getting picked on by them. So don't be hard on yourself if you're feeling socially anxious. Okay, that was a really long spiel about social anxiety, but I hope you guys get the point. Okay. Tips for high school. Girl, okay. My entire last podcast episode was on tips for high school, so I'm not going to get into it in this one, but go watch that because I literally talked about it for like 30 minutes. And that's a good one. Most humbling moment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The other day, I'm going to tell you guys the story because it literally happened yesterday. This was so humbling. Like, I was cringing at myself and it was bad. Okay, so the thing is with these influencer events in LA is like, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. Like, there's so many interesting characters, and there's people that I've seen like on my phone in real life, and like people that I used to follow on social media, and they're like so funny on social media and so nice and so kind looking on social media. And then you meet them in real life and they're so mean or rude or like, I don't know, like people that you follow are just not what you think in real life sometimes. I hate to break it to you, but like, anyway, anyway, I'll save that for the Patreon. I have such a good story time to tell you guys this week, and I am going to save it for the Patreon bonus part of this episode because, oh my gosh, I don't think I can just like say this publicly. Like a little scared. But yeah, I went to a Netflix premiere and I'm going to post a story time from it on the Patreon. Anyway, there's literally a helicopter going over me. Anyway, most humbling moment. Okay. So I was at this influencer event the other day and literally yesterday, and I was at this lunch, and like after lunch, we like got up and we were walking around, and me and my friend didn't know anyone at this event. Okay. That's very key. We weren't like buddy. It was like 20 influencers invited to this like lunch, and it was like really cute. But we just like went off on our own. We were taking TikToks, photos, whatever. This guy walks up and he was like, "Hi, ladies." Like he said something like that. And I was like in the middle of taking like a video for TikTok. And I was like, "Hi." And it's in the video. Like I have this whole thing on video. And I go, "Hi." And then my friend is like, because we realized he was saying hi to the two girls behind us, and I literally like fell to the ground. I was on the grass, like I could not get up because I could not compose myself. This was so funny, and I got it all on video. My friend and I just get down on the ground and we're like armadilloing at this influencer event. We're like on the floor, and she's like, "I can't believe it's so awkward because I thought the same thing. Like he walked by and I thought he was saying hi to us, but it's really awkward because he was saying hi to the girls behind us." And she's like saying all this and like ranting, and I have it all on video. It's so funny. But yeah, that was pretty humbling. Never let your guard down at an influencer event, for real. Someone said, "Do you know who the Sterniolo triplets are?" Yes, I do. And this is so funny because when I lived alone in my Airbnbs back in the day, I used to just like put on their videos because they came up on my like YouTube Explore page, and I would put their videos on when I lived in Airbnbs because it was always so quiet to live alone, and they have so many videos on YouTube. So I would just like put them on, and it was just like funny to hear their voices in the background. But yeah, they're funny. I think they're so funny. Like I wish we were friends. Okay. Anyway, someone said, "When did you ever glow up?" That's interesting. Okay. I think my glow up was gradual because I was very weird in up until like junior year of high school. I was pretty strange. And then junior year is when I started to become more like, I don't want to say normal, but more like cool, like confident, like whatever. So I'd say like junior year of high school, and then senior year, I was pretty confident. And then all of college, I got so confident. I definitely had my first big glow up after my first big breakup. That was like the moment where I was like, whoa, transformation. Because basically what happened is I was dating this guy, and my first big breakup was freshman year of college. I was dating this guy and I was like in love with him. Like my first love. Okay. And yeah. And then he love bombed me and broke my heart. Okay. And randomly broke up with me one day. I didn't talk to him, went no contact, and we left college for the summer. I was like working out so hard. I chopped all my hair off. I got like a bob for the first time, which is crazy. And I literally like ran every single day. Like just running became kind of my coping thing. And then, yeah, when I got back to college, it was also the first time I went and I bought like going out clothes from this like brand that was like really cool at the time. I think they were called LF. And I like literally like that was such a big moment because I remember like ordering from them and being like, oh, I'm cool now, you know? And I like got back to college and I had like all these cool going out clothes and I like worked out and I felt happy and confident because I recovered all summer and I like cut my hair. So I felt like new person, new me. Like hair holds memories, okay? If you're sad, do something with your hair. I swear it's like there's got to be some sort of psychology with it because it literally revives me like to like no other. I love chopping my hair or dyeing my hair when I'm in a crisis. Right now I'm on a hair recovery journey. Otherwise I would dye it more blonde. But yeah, dyeing your hair or cutting your hair, there's like something euphoric about it. Like you come out literally feeling like, whoa, new me. And I love it so much. Even just putting like highlights in like does it for me. So anyway, my first big glow up was definitely after my first big breakup. And I think that's how it is for most people. I love breakups because you always get a glow up out of it and it's always fun, but it is a lot of mental struggle. But every time I see a girl glowing, it's like because she just went through a breakup. So like, shout out breakups. Yeah. Someone said, how to be okay with your crush not liking you back. This is how you're going to be okay with it. Ew. Like, wait, sorry. He doesn't like you back? I'm sorry. He doesn't have taste? Like, you're telling me you don't have taste if you don't like me back. Do you know what I mean? That's the mindset we need to be carrying because what is he doing if he's not liking you back? Who is he liking? Okay? Like, this is literally just my like new POV and it makes life so much easier to be a little delusional, but who cares? Okay, I used to be so like, I have to get him to like me. I have to like get this guy to notice me. I've now realized it is the biggest ick if someone doesn't like you back. Like, what do you mean you don't see me and fall in love? Hello? Like, I don't know. And that's just how I've been getting through it because everyone has different taste. And so it's okay that they don't like you, but like, you're just not their taste. If I'm not your taste, then you're not mine. So that's like the mindset you need to have. Like, I just am so unbothered because I'm like, my husband would never look at me and then not be obsessed. You know, like you don't want to convince someone in the beginning stages that they should like you because then you're like the rest of the relationship would be trash. So just think about that. You want someone that's gonna be obsessed with you, and there will be someone who like sees you and is like, oh my gosh, love. You know what I mean? It should never be like you have to convince them because it's just not special like that. So yeah, and you deserve so much more than that. Like you deserve someone to be like head over heels and like treating you like a princess. So, right. Who is your best friend? Oh, I have like a few best friends out here in LA and New Jersey. I don't like to categorize my friends like that because I feel like I keep a very tight circle. So whoever is in my circle is like my best friend. Like I have like acquaintances, right? But they're not like, I feel like if you're my friend, you're my best friend at this point because I keep my circle so small. So yeah, love you guys. I have like my friends from college and then I have like friends that I've met in LA and I just love my friends so much. I feel like, I don't know, I just can't be like, oh, this is my best friend. Like I just love my friends so freaking much. Like, I love my friends. Anyway, let's move on. Will my ex come back even if he blocked me? Girl. So you're telling me he's obsessed? I'm sorry, he blocked you? Like, whenever someone blocks me, I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were like in love with me like that. Do you know what I mean? When someone blocks you, it's like they literally need to not be seeing you. Like, if they didn't like you, then they would not need to block you because they would feel indifferent about it. But if they block you, it means they're feeling some type of way still. So it's kind of like, oh, you're obsessed. Okay. But they always come back. They always come back. And maybe not on the timeline that you think, but without fail, every person has always come back at some point. So I definitely think that the answer is yes. They always come back, especially if they blocked you. That means they feel like so strong about it. But yeah, yeah, in my experience, they always come back. But sometimes you like need that distance, you know, like the blocking is low key good sometimes. Like I always mute people or like, I'm not a blocker. I'm like a muter. Like I'll mute people if I can't look at them. But anyway, any form of like blocking or muting means someone cares because they can't see you. So they obviously love you, you know? Okay, I think I'm going to end the epi here because I'm going to put the rest of the episode on Patreon right now. I am so excited to start that chapter because there's things that I want to tell you guys, but like I can't just say it. I need it to be really for the real ones. You know what I mean? So I am going to post the rest on Patreon and the link should be below. Join. I love you guys so freaking much. And thank you for listening. I really love doing this podcast. Like I love talking to you guys. It's just so healing for me. And like, also thank you guys so much for being there for me. Like I recently like posted about my anxiety on Instagram and you guys were like in the comments, just like writing the sweetest messages and getting the sweetest DMs. And I just love you guys so much. And I always read your podcast comments. If you don't already, follow and rate the podcast on Spotify and also leave a comment telling me what you want to see next. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, blah, blah, TikTok. My Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok are all Niki_Patton. And I love you guys so much. I'm going to be doing more Instagram giveaways. So follow me on Instagram and I love you. And I will talk to you in the next one. Or I will see you on Patreon. Bye. Mwah. This week on the Patreon. Okay, guys. Hi. Today's story time is gonna be real interesting. This is like straight out of Wattpad. Like this is a fan fiction, okay? You are not prepared for this story. Like I was like gagged. Like what is going on? My eyes widen. I bump into someone. I look up. But then I was like, no, Niki, you're being delusional. That would never happen. Like that is straight out of a fan fiction.